I was swinging. Alright, so there's somebody right there I can feel.
Stand and fight! Follow through. You block a swing wrong. Let's break off the block. Continue. This can be dangerous to the teammates and they may get hit on that. This swing stops you. Use this to protect the friends and the teammates. Maybe attacks the opponent's swing. After retaliating faster than the first, since you have to initiate a counter and beat them up. The whole
fall back to the courtyard! Set up a new perimeter! Reform the line! Disappoint no further and defend the courtyard! The order stands here!
Fighting a fast weapon will be tricky to read, as there is less time to tell what each way is supposed to be predictable. It's good to kind of shoot it, Jackson attacking you. It's often weeks that be stuck on the walls. After a small bridge, the agents and everyone threats, the ability to try to stop you. If you attempt to counter against some of the attacks, this leaves you getting hit, even if regular attacks happen. But, which one is better? In general, I recommend you play first and try to do as possible. Opposites of being sustainable, successful counter is too important to yourself. And in many cases, it can be designed to craft over the
Fuck, this game's brutal. It is.
Provide good mix of
this game's actually like basically real life death. Animated. Killing each other. Battle. For the first time, games ain't holding back. Actually, you'll be like, yo. So it's like you feel like you get shot the head off. Like, you shot their head off. That's good. When you get yours, it doesn't. Yep.
These quick will doom the kingdom to
this is one PS.
Fucking spaggot.
In the name of Argon, the first of his name, cast down your sword, or die in disgrace. Argon, you come, I will reunite you with your father.
And they're brutal too, they say. I love it.
You kingdom's very existence.
Your dismissal is the will of the people. It is my duty to bring them justice.
Oh, headshot!
The measure of the sacrifices I have made for this kingdom.
I stand for every man, woman, and child who ever lived under the lash of your tyranny.
Why did
Father, he also brought ruin to this kingdom. It was I who restored it to its former glory.
My father cannot rest until a Gabbian integrity is restored to the throne.
Effectively in Chivalry 2.
Lieutenant Toro was their dog!
It matters not who wins this day. You have had any hope of stopping Tenosia.
Your explosion will reunite this kingdom, and we will once again stand strong in solidarity.
Both counters and riposte together. Thanks for watching.
Perhaps I put too much on.
So, came around to get around why your opponent's fast and fast. So maybe the enemy swings is so slow that counter teams get mixed up. What the heck are the other differences? My name is Slick Sweater, and this game is the House of Pixels.
The reign of the Mason Order ends here. Today, there is no stopping the will of the people.
According to the cities, other manifestation games is the ability to manipulate your screen in real time while it is being performed. This gives the user full control over when and how the strike lands on the opponent to make swings hit sooner or later than they should. Manipulating the swing is rather easy to do. Simply move your mouse or control stick while your swing is being performed and alter the weapon swing path and therefore its active hit moves. This action is known as dragging your swing. Alright, so why is this important? Out of dragging comes in many shapes and forms and has multiple spaces for which different swing type. Let's go over the basics first. The classic drag. The most common type of drag, the one most often associated with the drag, involves pulling your weapon in the opposite direction you're moving in. For example, let's assume you swing at the enemy with a horizontal slash from right to left. In order to slow down your swing, you would move your mouse or control stick to slow down your swing. In Chivalry 2, the primary purpose of a drag is to mix up your enemy's counter timing. By slowing down when your swing will reach the enemy, force your counter window to end before it even had the chance of activating, resulting in a successful hit on you. The classic drag can be done with both left and right horizontal slashes, as well as both overheads. With the overheads, since your weapon is swinging downwards, you want to pull the mouse up and away in order to delay it to hit.
We shall not expect Anthony will be men.
The exact. The second most common type of drag is the excel. The premise behind this rig is to accelerate the strike so that it hits faster than one. Where the classic drag will pivot away from the direction of the strike, when excel has you lean onto and follow through in the same direction as you. For example, if you're using an overhead strike, in order to excel your attack, you want to look down toward the enemy's legs where your swing is moving. Excel is great for catching your one leg or the attack that is slightly faster than one. How it works. Now, you might be confused on how an attack can be faster or slower than someone else's, especially when using the same weapon. Let me take a minute to explain. A weapon swing comes in two phases, the wind-up and the release phase. The wind-up phase is the first part of an attack, which will pull the weapon back towards you before the actual swing. You cannot damage someone during the wind-up phase. The release phase is when you finally swing your weapon. During the release phase is when your weapon can active hitbox that can collide with someone and do damage. Both of these phases have their own timers on how long they last, usually measured in milliseconds. The entire premise of excels and drags is based on when you hit someone during the release phase. Let's look at the classic drag. The reason you're going away from the opponent during this drag is to hit them at the last possible millisecond of our release phase. This maximizes the time that you're swinging down, and consequently makes it feel like it's Number 2. Use third person. The big issue most people find in first person with drags and excels is that since you're pulling away those attacks your enemy, they lose sight of what they are swinging. Third person gives you a much larger visual of your opponent, yourself, and your weapon. Being able to keep all three of these things in sight, giving the situational awareness to better land your drag, for example.
The ammo has been
Number 3. Don't over-drag or excel. Related back to the last one, many people lose sight of their opponent and miss their drag or excel because they send it too hard on the mouse.
Many thanks.
Relax. Take it easy. Don't need to whip your mouse across the desk to drag or excel properly. For drags, try and match your mouse speed with no weapon swing. For excel, just need to make sure your weapon is close to the opponent before the release phase begins. Number 4. Drag with the swing, not before. Many players get stuck in the habit of pre-drags. This means they are positioning themselves for a drag during the wind-up phase. The issue with this is you are informing the opponent on what you are attempting to do, since your character's body movement is giving it away. For best results, start the drag when the release phase begins. This way, you don't telegraph your intention to your enemy too early. You can tell your enemy's intent by watching where exactly their head is looking when they are performing their swing. If their head is looking toward their swing direction, anticipate an excel. If their head is looking away from their swing direction, anticipate a drag. Something I like to do to mix up my opponent is to make them think that the opposite is happening. How do I accomplish this? For drags, I start by faking an excel during the wind-up phase, and just before the release phase begins, I start to run. This can be useful for getting them to counter early. Number 5. Crouch to excel overhead. Overhead excel is a try and catch your opponent off guard. You can make them slightly faster if you crouch while excelling. By crouching, you are lowering yourself closer to the enemy, therefore your overhead swing is less travel distance before colliding with them. Number 6. Condition your opponent. I cannot stress enough how important this is. The goal with conditioning is to get your enemy used to a particular flow of combat, then suddenly breaking that flow so they make a mistake. You can do this with excels and drags. For example, you can start a fight by excelling your swings against your opponent, retaliating your excels. Use excel retaliation a few times to establish a rhythm for your foe, and then suddenly hit them with a drag. Your enemy will be used to the fast attack pattern and inputting their counter immediately. That slow drag will catch them and their counter attacks off guard. Number 7. Understand your weapon. It's important to know what your weapon's strengths are. A natural component of it, like an iron sword, will really benefit from drags to make your attacks slower. This weapon, like a mace, will get you better results if you excel it. Doesn't mean you shouldn't excel an island sword or dragon mace. Those are still options for each one. You just might find certain weapons to excel or drags better than others. Essentially, if your weapon swings a long release phase, it will be able to drag very effectively. If your weapon swings a short wind-up phase, it will excel. Longer weapons are also can drag and short ones. This is because they allow you to turn your character further away from enemy with short weapons and still manage to tap them with it, and since they have a larger swing arm. There are also some weapons that are well-rounded, where excel into enemy cases. This can be for the reason they have quick light attacks instead of heavies, or they have varying swing speeds based on height, or they have more range and therefore a larger swing arm. I've provided a list on screen of some weapons and what they are good at for you to try while learning drags themselves. Well, guys, that wraps up our lesson on rags and excels. Hopefully, you now understand swing manipulation and how to use it to your advantage in combat. Remember, it can take some time to get the hang of drags and excels, so don't get started. A little bit of practice, pass over yourself. Enjoy the video, and give it a thumbs up, and feel free to provide feedback or suggestions in the comments below. For more high-quality Chivalry content, press the subscribe button and new videos get uploaded. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you next time.
Oh.
How do you do that? What exactly she's on? My name is Fred's brother. This video, anybody very important and make up much of the core gameplay when engaging enemies. Unfortunately, many players don't understand how they work, what they are used for, or the purpose of the game. Let's start by discussing why is this important? It's all about initiative. Fights in Chivalry 2 are a constant back and forth and change of initiative between you and the enemy. Fight begins in either the order your opponent swings. Let's assume the enemy goes first. Unless you get hit, you are more likely to find one sense of blocking the initiative of the fight. Maybe for brief moment, you lose that version to
Wary of ballista fire! We must penetrate those walls! Use the petards! Do not let them defuse the petards!
Suits me.
I'm atop that wall! Heal the
letting you know you did it correctly. Counters are the other way to quickly retaliate against your enemy and can be a little trickier to perform. The best way to think about counters is blocking with an attack. They act like a perfect carry. So put a counter from the block position must match your opponent's swing, exact same swing. This means that if the enemy is on the slash, must counter the slash. Whether you counter on the left or right foot, no combat. It feels counter is the getting strength of pain, otherwise it's a repose. So that's what not other starts. Not just if you didn't do something, but come with some benefits over the post. Counter cost damage to use. If counter successful, it recovers the initial cost of using. This allows you to block attack. So you gain stamina on that connection. This next counter, the only defensive action, gain stamina, right? And continue getting this on and stamina. Additionally, something this is so fight.
We cannot afford to lose any more men! Retreat!
After initiating a successful repose, this makes it important hitting one person at the same time. So only need to focus on countering or posting the first attack that will hit you. All other attacks block for about half a second while you are following one counter both. It is important to focus on carrying over blocks in front. Your sides and back are still open for other people's swings to hit you. This makes positioning very important when trying to break objects. Always try and keep your targets flying at all times. Once you're surrounded, back to parry and do much of it. So you may be asking yourself, which one is better? Both of these programs have their use cases. Let's go over both. Propose probes. Propose are useful. They do not require this is a market. The posts are excellent. The stepping down those the difference with both business and go. The posts make it easier to deal with. Yes. So you have a difference. We'll let you do this. Well as counter attempt makes us all instead, waste it up your place to take your blow. Or do whatever you like. Remember, I consider the proposal start with the knockback. There's a little bit of knockback at first, which can mess up your spacing and make it harder to close the distance against other weapons. Post for successful kicks. Only block waiting for a swing to hit you. Or post, you only think that. Depending on the movements that you go. Maybe you hold it to the hand. Post 2 hours of center. You're going to block 2 hours. This is positive for post. Eventually, this is real check. Not your throats. That's the powerful initial step. This freedom is the main problem to the post. Don't get your head cast. Gain step. There's all different options. Gain step.
Iron!
Has been destroyed! Kenosha, spear into the streets and ransack this ramshackle town!
I can hear your head whistling in the
This area is finished! Push forward and continue to lay waste in your wake! The town is a ruin, and this bridge belongs to Tenoja. The nobility cower in the guild hall. Toss them to their deaths!
only selling weapons are best. First, and after that, I will give you some general gameplay tips.